This is a video summarizing the 3.5 hours that my community spent planning the next step of my Vtuber lore, that being how I am going to defeat one of our main antagonists, fellow demon Castus R. The events within my lore are influenced by chat as they tell me how they want me to save their world. To give you the briefest summary possible, Castus R is a man's man and a demon's demon, a narcissist who recently was knocked down a peg by another of the demons we are attempting to neutralize. We chose to take advantage of this embarrassment and issue a challenge he cannot refuse. I have received another letter from Castus R. Interestingly enough, this might be the last letter from Castus R if all goes to plans. The letter is addressed to Rirel, not to us. He sent the letter to the wrong address. He sent us, who he thinks is Jozef, a letter intended to Rirel. Rirel, Jozef is not himself, which he thinks we're Jozef. It seems the soft spine has begun to harden. I asked him why he's so curious about our master, but he failed to answer. I only told him of our good work and my own achievements, but this was not enough to scare him as you said it would. He has become more brave or more stupid, thinking he can face me. So stupid, he cannot answer my simple questions. Whatever it is you want is not coming to pass. My work is in combat, so either make use of me there or release me back to my work. Continue to degrade me like this, and that which I do best will all be lost. Better than most, Castus R. Him being beaten by Rirel and dragged around by a metaphorical chain is going to be devastating. This is what is giving us the greatest edge in this fight right now. The soft spine has begun to harden. He's referencing how Jozef's really stepped up, and that's interesting because Jozef hasn't stepped up. It's just that Jozef is dead and is now us. So he's kind of hyping me up over here, which, I'll take that. And this last sentence, and that which I do better than most, will be lost. He's obviously referring to combat because that's what this whole paragraph's about. Better than most, the way I interpret this is it's a slight little acknowledgement that Rirel is better. He said better than all, and then he went, oh, I can't really say that, can I? Because Rirel beat me. Either that, or he's tried to kind of, be himself and assert himself over Rirel in the past, and she shut it down. Who knows how many letters there are that we've missed. As you said it would, so Rirel was actively trying to play our own game against us. I think what Petals is getting at here is that she has had influence over the letters that Castus has written to us since their fight. Now it's time for the viewers to speak up and let me know how they want me to take him down. Whatever we plan, I will attempt to use in this fight should I survive. A video will be produced detailing the fight with voiceover and comic art. Take him to a place that's in your favor. Pick a place where it will help us and make it worse for him. Try to keep things you can heal. This is really interesting. The idea of bringing something to heal. Now, obviously, I'm not bringing health potions, I'm not bringing morphine. That's not gonna do a whole lot over here. But everything we do, everything we run off, breathing, moving, speaking, absolutely everything that is our being consumes Karul, much in the way you consume calories and fat and all of that. We can take Karul and compress it into a crystalline form. We can solidify it for later storage. The issue with this is that it takes Karul to do this, so a lot is wasted in that process. However, that just makes it all the more valuable because no one wants to do it. No one wants to waste their energy. The idea of making just a pile of crystals and hiding it around where we're fighting is such a fucking cool idea. Fighting dirty is always an option. Pocket sand, kick to the nuts or other sensitive areas. Battlefield control is good. All right, I do really like the idea, but this is another one where we're going to have to translate it into things that apply to us, because if I throw sand at him, he's probably just going to melt it before it touches him. Metal, I think, has some potential just because it melts. I think it still will evaporate given the heat that we're talking about here. But if I can get some metal with a high melting point, then it will hit his eyes before it's glass 2. Yes. Try to get his weapon away from him. If possible, try to break it if it no longer works, since he looks like the type that can't move fast. Very good point. Try to be quick and fast. I like it. With any movement and attacks, this could help distract him and throw him off. Hey, we're actually talking about a distraction right now. So we have seen his weapon. It is a large, two-handed, one-headed axe with a wooden handle. Okay, copper's higher than steel, you say? Fuck yeah. And am I going to have to go to some abandoned buildings and steal some copper? His axe, I could not see any runes on it. The whole fight, I was looking for runes. What the runes means is I can control my sword independently. I can control it with my mind. I can fly it back into my hand. I can throw it. I can have my sword hitting his back while I'm punching his front. Thick metal cord to trip him. I like this. Let's make a trap section. Again, he will melt it eventually, so it's not going to be repeatable, but if he doesn't see it coming, it will get him at first. Traps aren't a thing that we do in Rowan. This is a human concept here, so he's not going to be looking for traps, so hiding them is probably not going to be that hard. Oh, I can fire a laser from my horns, by the way. No one's ever seen this. I hope I get to do it on this fight to show you. But that's what the two big horns sticking right at the top of my head are for. They're to focus a laser between them. Karul attacks do hurt each other. Yes, I'm sorry to drop that bombshell on you like that, but there is a horn laser. You can throw the knife, and if they try to block it, redirect it with the laser. Oh, I get you. Well, we can apply that here. Blow dart from the neck. That's not what I was thinking, but I was thinking about just using my neck holes to have more breath behind the attack, but we could probably place items. It does make me choke when things go in there, but should I put the pocket sand in my breathing holes? I'm thinking abandoned copper mine. that I'm laughing at it, but that might work. Let's see what we can analyze from here. We can't see Castus's boots in this image. This is Rirel, as we've recently learned. Big fucking hands. He did have huge fuck off hands. I'm actually, if he grabs us, if this becomes a grappling duel, I think I lose. You're right, Petals. He does hold the axe really close to the top. Holding it near the top means it'll be very hard for you to bat his weapon aside. He's negating your sword's designed advantage. Okay. That is not ideal, is it? Fuck. So what do I do then, Petals? You're telling me I've lost my advantage immediately. And he's put his whole shoulder into it. Look at how he holds the axe so close to him. That is really bizarre. And that they started pretty far apart. So he's closed that gap. He's more charge-based. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, because he used his shoulder. You can't see me. Vroom. He used his shoulder momentum. Maybe that's why he's holding it at the top, and he closed the gap really quick. This is really good information for us. He goes berserk quick. Rage bait him, hello rude. Yeah, I mean, you are completely right. The more he berserks, it seems to take a lot of energy and muscle strain. Yeah. So it definitely ups the Karul production. It's kind of like a short boon. So it will up his production and his consumption. How you defeat a Karul is you injure them when they have no Karul left to heal. Our healing factor is entirely dependent on our energy. So if he uses it all up in berserk and then we make the killing blow, that's how you take him down. This is a good visual of the height advantage he has over me.
No.
Imagine I'm Rude LaRousse.
I look so sad. Hi everyone. Hello. My name is Rude LaRousse, village chief YouTuber. Also local Beyblade champion. Yeah, that's right.
Is that true?
Yep. I already said to rage bait him.
Oh yeah. So let's talk about that. It's gonna have to be a tactical rage bait.
Tell him you're stronger. Just keep telling him. Like he's like with a big smirk on your face.
Oh god. We're going to become him. I hate that, but if it works.
Become your worst enemy.
Oh fuck. Fight fire with fire. Fight Karul with Karul.
If he gets tired, that's
the
perfect time to rage bait him.
Okay, yes. Rage bait when tired, because the biggest issue with the losing control thing is, yes, he's going to lose coordination, he's going to lose intelligence, tactics, all that's good and all. The biggest and most important thing is that he's going to lose control over the management of his own energy. And when we run out of energy, we fucking die.
Have you tried meditation?
Yeah.
Or like, you know, to enhance the senses
Yeah.
so you can dodge better?
That is actually a really good point, is me kind of getting in that zone before the fight and having a much more level head than he ever will. And it might stop me from going berserk. Here's a thought. Perhaps there's a meditative way to channel the power of Rage of Berserk without losing control. Fuck.
That'd be so cool.
If that's true, then we win. I'm gonna look into that one. You are our rage bait informant, our rage bait officer.
This is not what I was expecting my role to be. But kind of just happened.
Exactly, Wilco, exactly. Well, you know, it's got a lot of potential. It is definitely the biggest gap between Castus and I is that our control of our persons. Like, you saw how quick he went berserk after one hit. He got hit once and he lost control. He doesn't even get hit before it's obviously this is a video recreation and not entirely accurate to how the fight really went. But it took him less than 20 seconds of the video to go berserk. And
Did
Rirel
his
doesn't
coat get burned? Maybe that's his favorite coat.
His coat's really roughed
Is it
up.
fireproof?
It is fireproof.
There's a reason why he doesn't take it off, even though it's damaged, right?
Yeah. Well, he probably does take a lot of pride in it. That's you know what? That is actually a really good point. Because you're hitting these things without doing it intentionally, and I love it. So the coats we have, the reason we both have the same coat is because we're enforcers. That's our kind of what did we say, role in the Saurohin Empire. We're rage baiting him, we're knocking him down. But remember, all these things apply to me as well. We are the same species. So me, as someone forced to become an enforcer and wanting to be the last enforcer, the idea of destroying his jacket gets me really fucking hyped up. So maybe this is what we need to turn the scales. Splash red wine on it. It's the hardest thing to get.
Oh my god, Paige. That's awesome.
Let's go to we'll fight in a wine cellar. All right, well, we need to have a discussion about me taking off the jacket. That is really interesting. I want to wear it, but this is a good point I can't deny. Thank you, Rude. This was actually very productive. My rage bait consultant.
I think I taught you everything I had.
You have taught me well. What if the wood is weak? Paige is another good point. He may have broken axes in the past. Could be paranoid about it. Hello.
Ah, you've caught me at a very opportune time.
Ooh, why might that be?
So how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm actually doing very good.
Although I will say, while he's gripping the weapon the way he is right now, being quicker than him probably isn't too much of an option.
Yeah. Because he's
the amount of mobility that gives him is, yeah.
And Paige points out there is a point at the top of the axe, and I believe there's a point at the bottom of it as well.
When we go for a block on this, we want to see if we can, being on top of this, chop into it. We want things to get stuck. We want maybe for this to chop a bit under the chin of it. Like, we still want to deflect or block the hit, but we want to whittle away at this. But after we've caused enough damage that way, if he's bringing that down full force and you hit it in the right spot, that inertia of the axe head might be enough to crack down on it.
And remember, it'll be a lot of inertia, because not only are we talking about Castusar, we're potentially talking about a Berserk Castusar. And I've just remembered, in all of this very particular, very specific swordsmanship, we do have the weapon manipulation here as well. I'm assuming he's not going to be very good at responding to weapon manipulation. He probably can do a little bit, but I'm hoping he's just not practiced in it at all. Actually,
Yeah.
in the fight, he says weapon manipulation is for the weak. That's exactly what he says at the start of the fight.
Oh my god, you're right. So
I-
this guy has actually fully gimped himself in that regard.
He might use it like on other people's weapons, but I doubt it. What if like,
Yeah.
say there were like 2 big blocks of concrete? What if I get him to swing at me? I dodge completely and have my sword like sitting on the concrete in a way where he just attacks onto the blade, and I can move I can move it into position as he's swinging. I can adjust it, and I'm 2 meters over there.
So you're not taking the force of the blow. The concrete is.
Yeah, it'll probably embed
That
outsider
is
in the concrete.
genius. I didn't even think of that.
I'm just thinking,
freaking perfect.
like every way I think of him swinging at me and me trying to do something as he swings, I don't see ending too well for me. But we have the location. That would be, if we're talking about this, then we are leaning towards the abandoned factory.
Because everything that I have seen on it is typically your dominant hand goes higher on it.
So he's right-handed.
Not to be cliche, but the whole bigger they are, harder they fall thing tends to be pretty true. I personally think starting off the encounter with dropping down onto him for even just a single cheap shot.
Fuck. I'm gonna write bury. Bury outsider in his person. There we go. That's from a YouTube friendly.
Yeah.
And then we can pull it out with weapon manipulation. And even if he grabs it and tries to hold it in place so I can't pull it out, then he's just fighting one-handed. And that's when we kick him in the nuts. What if you go berserk? I think he just wins in a berserk off. Rude suggested meditating before the fight to try to prevent me from going berserk. So we're going to put things in place to try to present going berserk. If I go berserk, we don't need to plan it because there's no planning at that point. Close quarters scaffolding. I like that. He will cut through it for that, while it's there. That is a very good idea. He's got more armor than me.
He came prepared, Sam.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not the first enforcer. I'm just like the 70th or something. I don't know.
So you're late too. I see how it is.
Oh, I just I didn't want to be an enforcer. All that matters is that I'm going to be the fucking last enforcer. Fuck. That was meant to be badass.
That was so cool, and then you ruined it.
It was cool the first time I said it. Time to get a hold of liquid nitrogen. I really don't know if any temperature-based weapons are going to affect the Valkyrie rule. Like, we admit heat beyond earthen comprehension. Minus 200 degrees Celsius will do some very large damage. I don't know. I mean, we said that Jozef was damaged by liquid nitrogen to scare him. We said that Jozef was damaged by liquid nitrogen. He's going to be afraid of it, even if it doesn't work. He thinks it'll work.
Oh, shit.
Fuck. We might not have called it liquid nitrogen. We might have called it Frost Giant's blood. Someone in chat wanted us to tell him that Frost Giant's blood was a powerful weapon. I have found that, much like us, humans can be... here we go. We did! So it's Castus R. I was removed from my base by humans with extremely powerful weapons. I did some research, and it seems that they use liquid nitrogen, microplastics, Frost Giant's blood.
Good going, Shram.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I kind of remember the liquid nitrogen thing there, but that's happened so much this stream where people have just had ideas, and then I've realized, wait, we actually have an established reason that this would work. The easy thing with that is obvious misdirection. So, as in misdirecting Castus's attention to the traps and then I do something else, like maybe.
Well, we just put a bucket of liquid nitrogen in front of him.
Yeah.
With the sign that says "Drink me."
You can replicate the sign across empty containers with some actually containing liquid nitrogen. Why is he not just gonna drink them because it says "Drink me"?
Like we're doing a drinking contest to set up.
Yes, that's the
to settle
challenge that we're
this.
issuing. That's got potential. If we knew something that would work, that actually, like, if we had an explicit weakness, like, maybe radiation, we'll find out soon. If the point is to resource energy, our weapon once sheath breaks. We're saying we sheath the handle of the axe?
We get that stuck in him,
Mm-hmm.
and we have it moving a lot.
Okay. I mean, we've got to have him discombobulated enough for me to sheath it. But maybe that's where the pocket copper comes in and the liquid nitrogen. Fuck. If it's a long shot, but if that works, SRAM is completely right. That would be constantly requiring Karul to adjust. And if he tries to pull it out, then that's just an opening for us to do something even worse.
The constant tearing of it until he gets it out.
Well,
That could.
Shred makes an even better point. Even if he gets it out, there'll still be bits stuck inside. Because it'll heal over and trap, like the skin will heal over and leave the splinters.
My God.
Oh. And then every, like, blunt force hit is gonna move the splinters. So that's where we start Mordhau. Just concussing it off his chest plate.
Oh my God.
Oh.
That is such a good fucking idea.
I'm so glad I'm not being judged right now for enjoying the brutality of this. I am a demon. Look, I try to be as human as I can, but I'm a born demon. Oh.
Yeah, worst case scenario, judge me. I ain't got no excuse.
Yeah. You're a shark. I got bloodlust. You're a shark that can't swim, though, so. Finally, we need to send the letter issuing the challenge from which there is no coming back. Is there anything we can do to convince him not to report this to Rurel? You know, like man to man, which is something Castor said.
You'll present yourself at this location, assuming you're still capable of settling this man to man.
Right, I like it. Subscribe if you want to see how this fight goes, even though you will only see it if I win. So let's just hope that that's the case and just unsubscribe if I don't. If you want to catch up with the lore and get involved yourself, check out the playlist in the description.